Hey, welcome to another video. First of all, I would like to apologize for the long pause. I think last uploaded in July. I was kinda burned out and mostly didn't play through August and September. But recently, the new Devil's Wood came out. We had the League thing, which I'm taking part in. So I'm feeling kinda reinvigorated. And one of the first things I wanted to do is to try my hand at the Europe no moving world record. As some of you might be aware, there's a site called geotips.net. I'll link it to the description as long as I don't forget. Which tracks the world records, the recorded world records, which are on YouTube or Twitch. Um, for the various game modes, we have classic, no moving streak. We have speed runs, all kinds of that, and there's also a category for Europe no moving. The current record holder is yeah, I really should have looked it up. Anyway, I think events are at 60, so that's really a long way ahead. But the third position was only 25. I think it was Elok, and I thought it was kind of realistic, so I kind of gave it a quick try, and I have actually succeeded, but I will let you see. So let's get back into it. So you're playing Mapper's Europe map, which is kind of the default. It's probably the best. Anyway, we're starting in Finland. That's a blurred sign, but there's a finished road number. I'm sorry, I'm kind of blitzing through these a little bit too quickly. I'm gonna pause if I need to look upon somebody. Anyway, here we have Polish bollards and Polish stripes on the sides. The stripes are also kind of a French thing, but with the bollards, no way it was France. Anyway, now here we have autumny vegetation. There we have Belgian signs. And a French looking house, so this is Wallonia. Also it's hilly, so it kinda has to be Wallonia. Yeah, so I kinda plopped it down. Almost Luxembourg, actually. And extra we have nice Gen 4. I was kinda debating Italy or Spain here because of that font sign. But I was also thinking about France because that's a Renault. Even though cars aren't that useful in some countries, but that's a French river. I forgot where the Ain was. I knew the name, but didn't know the exact place. This was kind of a toughie. What actually helped me here were those pines and the road. Um, like a couple of months ago, months, it might have been almost a year. I made a co-op map for physics and aeronautics, I think, with a location on the island of Gotland in Sweden. And this is almost exactly the type of vegetation that has. So I chanced it on Sweden, and it was actually on Gotland. So that was kind of a lucky break. That was a pretty rough round otherwise. Anyway, here we have kind of a generic Eastern European landscape, but thankfully you see all those random blurs, just cars, houses, signs, whatever. That's Lithuania. They had some kind of glitch when they uploaded all the footage, and now everything's blurry. So that's kind of a hint. Anyway, here we have Malta, one of the most easily recognizable countries thanks to those stone walls everywhere. Also, it can also the buildings. It's just very particular look. Anyway, moving on. Here we have Denmark. I was kind of debating if it's Sweden, but then I saw the yellow plate. Yellow plate is a Danish thing. It's a unique. It's unique within the Nordic space. They don't actually use them anymore, or at least only on like fans. But if you have like 2009 coverage, you could see a lot of yellow plates kind of similar to France. They switched like around 2010. Anyway, here we have typical wintry, depressing Bulgaria. We have some mountains to the south, so I went to the northern part. Actually got pretty close. Yeah. Okay, next up we have Germany. We have the camera and even some street signs in case there was any doubt. I'm kind of garbage at telling apart the regions of Germany based on architecture. Yeah, I guess in Berlin or in Munich. Because you really see Germany very rarely. I definitely don't go out of my way to play it because the map is so bad. Anyway, I couldn't really read that sign at first, but the name sounded very Slovakian, and I was kind of wondering if it might be like a weird Hungarian or something like that name. But after a while, I deciphered the text underneath, and it was in Slovak, so I went in Slovakia. Also, it was string coverage, which is kind of a Slovakian thing. Anyway, here we have a typical Dutch farm with canals. Can't really get more stereotypical Dutch than that, except if there was a windmill. Even if we went in Drenthe. Okay, this is another little bit challenging at first. I was kind of thinking Galicia actually at first. Has that kind of look. But then I look this way and there's French road signs, so that was decided. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably the toughest one I've had. This wasn't a tough seat. Tough series of seats, I should say. Really, the only clue I had here was Gen 4 and those I don't know what you call it, those signs like indicating direction. I had a notion I saw them in Italy, and indeed it was Italy. I get a part of the country completely wrong, but I mean it doesn't really matter. It just came out. Yeah, it was a pretty nice guess. Anyway, here we have the Swedish road stripes. Nothing really particularly interesting. I didn't really care about which part of the country I was guessing in. A couple of times I was pretty confident, but I got it completely wrong. But this game mode isn't about points, thankfully. Anyway, here we have the pitch black Icelandic soil. Also the Icelandic boards, if you were in doubt. I was kind of looking if I could point this a little bit further. I was wondering if there was a sea or mountains, but I think it's just mountains. And I ended up going pretty east. Yeah, around there. Okay, next up we have some pretty French-looking architecture with the shutters. Also a French car. Yeah, the shutters are pretty much a giveaway. It's like a particular type of shutter though. I actually recommend learning the various types of European shutters because it can be useful. For example, Greece has a particular type of shutters, as well as France, as you've just seen. Okay, this is Gen 4 Ireland actually. Uh, Ireland and the UK are always tough, but fortunately for us, a lot of Ireland has been shot in Gen 4, which the UK has quite few of, and it's mostly the overexposed older version. So, where we get a nice overcast landscape like this, you can be pretty sure it's Ireland. Also, let me turn it back a little bit. As you see those little yellow stripes on the road, that's mostly an Irish thing. Might have seen it. It's the UK somewhere, but I don't think it's mostly in Ireland. Anyway, here there's a little bit of a tough one. You see the yellow road sign for former Yugoslavia, so that's clear, and that's a Catholic church. However, northern Serbia, the what was the Vojvodina region, it has a lot of Catholic churches because it's kind of an ethnic melting pot. But in the end, I decided to go for a safer guess, which was in eastern Croatia. And indeed got it right. It could also have been Eastern Slovenia, but it looked a little bit too poor for that. Okay, here, thanks to the camera and the landscape, I decided it was Italy. I was considering Spain a little bit, but yeah, I had a gut feel this wasn't Sicily, but I decided I wanted to be safer. I went to the mainland, but I actually got it correct. It was Sicily. It's kind of a look, with like those treeless mountains. Anyway, we are at number 20. Here we have the typical French posh neighborhood. We have some timber framing there, so as well as black roofs. So I went northwest, and it was actually in Normandy. Number 21. This kind of gave me a pause because I was considering Luxembourg, but then I saw the plate. I was considering Belgium, but then it kind of clicked to me that the camera is old. It's an Audi, which again, cars aren't that reliable, but it can be a good hint. And finally, it clicked to me that those are yellow road signs. So finally, put it in Germany. You really don't see rural Germany that much, so I got kind of thrown off by that. I don't know where it was again. I got the part of the country completely wrong. Okay, this also got a little bit of a scary round. Russia Ukraine is another one of those pairings that you really don't want to get too often, like the UK or Ireland or Czechia versus Slovakia. I couldn't really see any internet domains here or flags or anything. There might have been a town name somewhere, but I missed it. I'm always a little bit lazy to read Cyrillic unless there's like the G and dot after that, because it means Gorod or city. But I couldn't really see anything like that there. Um, I couldn't really see the plate either. And then I checked the car, and it was red. Red car is a giveaway for certain parts of Ukraine. It's not all of Ukraine, which makes it kind of difficult, but um, yeah, sometimes it works. Anyway, next up, this was another scare round. This is like, yeah, again, complete toss up, Russia versus Ukraine. There's a rayon border here, but pretty sure both Ukraine and Russia have those. It looks pretty warm, which also could be both in Russia and Ukraine. However, Ukraine tends to be a little bit more, how should I say it, washed out. I don't know if it's a camera or just the type, just the weather they shot in. It just reminded me more of like the southern region of Russia, which tend to be a little bit more colorful, or as colorful as Russia can get. And it was in Russia. Okay, here I immediately recognize Danish architecture. Those windows. I don't really know how to describe it, but Denmark just has very particular kind of windows. And I recognize this street. This is a street in Copenhagen, like one of the most main shopping streets. I should have probably for the flex rides spent a little bit more time here to pinpoint, but I kind of wanted to get through this in a hurry, so I just picked a random spot on one of the streets I thought might fit, and it was just a block over. Yeah, and that was number 25, so I just matched Elok's third place. Next up, another giveaway. Got a Swedish sign for rural localities. You can actually use these bus signs to narrow down the region you're in. Unfortunately, I don't remember those since, again, I'm kind of rusty. And unfortunately, this is where I screwed up. This is the UK versus Ireland round, which are always tricky. I thought the landscape looked more British than Irish. However, this road, gonna pause it here real quick. In Ireland, smaller roads often have this strip of dirt or gravel running through the middle. It has a special name, I don't remember it, but you see it almost all like those tiny little country roads. And I thought this is gonna be one of them, but I really should have been able to tell that when I turned around, it was actually a piece with the whole asphalt intact. So this was just dirt or water or whatever. But anyway, I pondered this for a while, but decided to go for Ireland, and we were actually in southwestern England, in the Quantock Hills. So yeah, that was the end of that. Unfortunately, um, lost it. I probably should have given it a little bit more consideration. Maybe I would have gone with the whole feel of the landscape, but I mean, I was mostly interested in trying to get onto the leaderboard, and I actually did it by one. So uh, that's success in my eyes. I'm definitely gonna give it this another try. I think the second place is 29, which is definitely beatable. So I'm gonna give it some more tries, and hopefully I beat my record soon. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope I'll put up something else soon. And thank you. See you.